when this source, when this energy hit this earth, it is either gonna rebirth you or it is going to give you a second death. This is the reason why Israel and the United States has basically pledged allegiance to each other, because once this great source, this great earthquake hit this planet, the one that is left, they are the one that is going to endure the second death. And the ones that moved on, they are going to be reborn. But it's a trick to the great earthquake, because the great earthquake is when the Madrid fault line cracks in half. When the Madrid fault line crack in half, it is attached to each and every part of this country. It's just that some parts of the country is more attached to it than most. And it's a lot that I want to tell y'all, but I'd be afraid to like I said, this is my 8th page. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be saying shit. And now they got this high censorship on TikTok and shit. I don't want to be. But right now, this is why Israel and the United States have basically pledged allegiance to each other, because when this great earthquake hit the United States, they are going to rebirth the United States, and it will no longer be the United States anymore. They're going to make a whole new complete world out of this country. And it is going to be the new Israel, the new Jerusalem. And it's going to be under a dictatorship, and it's going to be under the Israel law. This is why Donald Trump is the president, because he's the one that's going to usher us in to the new world order. So after this great earthquake happens, they're going to lead people astray for days, maybe weeks. But the one that is left, I'm gonna tell y'all something, and I want y'all to mess with me on this, right? I want y'all to you don't gotta think with me, but I want y'all to try to get into the same mindset that I'm on. Once this great earthquake happens, right? This is not going to be the kind of earthquake that we have ever seen. We have many thousands of earthquakes, but this earthquake is going to be like no other. Millions of people is going to die during this earthquake, right? Right. Now, if you lived, listen to what I'm about to say. If you lived through this great earthquake, you are going to think that you were saved by God. Because why? Because we went through this great earthquake where buildings was falling, everything was coming down, and you lived through it. You are going to think that you were saved. This is how they are going to fuck with you. Because you're going to think that you were saved by God Almighty. God protected you because you could have died, right? And they know that this is how the sleep people think. They know how we were programmed to think because they have designed us to think this way. So after you make it through this great earthquake, you're going to be left astray. Now you're going to be left astray. It ain't going to be no money. Everything going to be out. The world going to look like a complete fucking war zone. It's going to look like Palestine. It's going to be an abandoned country. Everything is going to be deteriorated. It's going to be blown. It's going to be fucked up. You ain't going to have nobody at all. Then all of a sudden you're going to have these people out of nowhere that's going to tell you that they are your saviors, that they are here to help you. And then you are going to be the one that rebuild this country. Y'all going to make it back together again. And what they going to do is they going to have a whole new system already available for you. This is the mark of the beast. But the thing about it is that some of the people that made it through the great earthquake, right? They seen what really happened. But the majority of the people that lived, they believe that they are now saved by God, because they could have died. They're going to believe that they are saved by God, and they're going to believe that these people are sent from God to help them, right? You're going to have some people that is going to be out of the illusion. They're going to be out of the system. They're going to be out of the program. They're going to know that those people ain't really the saviors. That those people are basically, these are what you call the saints. These are the tribulation saints. These are the one that is going to be here during because right now we are headed into the great tribulations. These are called the tribulation saints. These are the ones that might not be awakened yet. This is why I say, just because you're not awakened yet, it doesn't mean that you are not meant to be awake. The one that is going to awaken after the great earthquake, these are the tribulation saints. These are the one that is going to be telling the people that really think that they were saved by God. These are going to be the ones that's going to tell them people, God did not save you. These people is here to kill us. They are here to attack us. But the people is not going to believe them. Because the people is going to believe that God saved them. Like, I could have died. And these people is here to help us. We building our country back. And the people saying, no, these people are not. These are basically the new awakened ones. And that's when the Antichrist is going to rise. Because not only is we're gonna have this great earthquake, but it's going to be a great show. Because this great earthquake is also a part of the show that they are going to give. So they're going to be thinking that they are saved by God. Because this great show that they have put on. So these tribulation saints is going to be fully awakened. They're going to know, wait a minute, because they're going to remember what happened. The people that don't remember, this is their second death. The people that don't know what happened is going to be still dead in the mind, because they're going to think that they were saved by the God Almighty. And when the God Almighty reveals himself, they're going to believe that it's him. So when you speak against them and against their God, because they believe they were saved, they're going to be designed and trained and taught to kill you, but you are going to be out of the illusion. And then the fact that they are programming us for aliens, they're going to think that you are an alien. They're going to think you the devil. Like, that's the devil talking. And the Antichrist is going to convince those people that you are the devil. This is why during the Great Tribulation is going to be war on the saints. Because these are the ones that are rebirthed. But they were left here on purpose, because even though the ones that died, the one that is going to die during this great earthquake, these are the ones that was ready to transition. These are the ones that basically graduated out of the earth school. So now they got a choice to either go back to source or go back to their original soul family on the planet that they came from. So their mission on earth is done. So they're going to die off and be who they really are and go where they're supposed to be. The ones that is left on the planet, they got the biggest job. They are still here to warn the people, because even though the source is now gone from the planet, the source, the energy is still so forgiving until it's still going to let y'all know that y'all are still being lied and deceived. So you still got a second chance after this great earthquake. You still got a second chance, because the source is still going to leave people behind to still help you. And this is when I truly believe that the Antichrist is going to get revealed. See, a lot of the stuff that I speak about when it comes down to the Christ being shown on earth, I don't think it's going to happen in our generation. I don't think I'm going to live to see that. I think it's going to happen in the next generation. I believe it's going to happen after year 2028. Because when this happens, it's going to be in the next generation. Because the tribulation saints are going to be the ones that witness the Antichrist. They're going to witness the end of the world. And they're going to be the ones that get revealed who they really are on earth. See, the ones that died during this great earthquake, they're going to get revealed who they really are when they die, and they go back and they go to the wedding and go to the big feast and be reunited with the source. But the ones that is left is still awakened, but they was just left on earth. So you still, just because the great earthquake happened in the source, you still going to be awakened on earth, or you going to be awakened where you come from. You're going to wake up and be reborn, or you're going to be reborn on earth. So you're going to be either a tribulation saint, or you're going to go back home. So, please don't ask me how I know this, people. I just know.